this is solo ads for BizOps. Now, BizOps is not something that I've made a living on, but here's the backstory. So last November or so, I partnered up with a guy that needed a webinar presenter, and so I volunteered to work with him on his webinar, doing webinars for his membership site. And his whole funnel and his whole business model is huge in BizOps. So and he has his own offer. His name is Mike Bontempo, and he introduced me to solo ads, which I thought was pretty interesting. So he and I had basically a crash course in solo ads. He took me through, showed me what to do, and I ran some traffic, bought stuff exactly how he showed me to, and ran it to his offer. And then after that, I ran it. I did a couple of different solo ad buys using this process, and I always prefer to go and build my own list, because when you own the list, you own the traffic. And that being said, he's got a real solid funnel in place though. So for people that are just looking to buy traffic and flip it real quick, he had a good process in place there, and that's what I was teaching. But I was able to run this to my own lead magnet, and it did very well. So this is basically, I didn't get into solo ads because when you type in solo ads, in Google or something, it's going to give you, a bazillion different places that you can buy solo ads. And so, I never really experimented with the traffic until last year. Or I guess it was 2 Novembers ago. All right, so who here has run solo ad traffic to BizOps offers before? I'll back off the mic. All right, Chris, where did you buy your solo ad from? Okay. How did it do for you? Okay. Were you in the middle there? Were you collecting the leads, or did you just flip the traffic, send it directly to an offer? Like I was doing on Mike's webinars. Okay. Yeah, so that was the business model here. And as long as you have a really good converting, back-end offer that's going to pay for that, it's basically arbitrage. You're trying to make a profit. You're buying clicks from one place and trying to get more out of them on the other end. And there's a place for that, but I always prefer to do to send it to my own offer. And so I'm going to tell you guys about both ways that I did this here with solo ads. All right, so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a Facebook account, not a Facebook ads account, just a Facebook account. You're going to need some money to spend, on your solo ad buys. You're going to need some BizOps offers that, convert well enough, for you, either ones that you've had experience with, or ones that, if you're working with an affiliate manager, ones that they suggest. And, to take it to the next level, which is building your own list, you're going to need your autoresponder. Okay, so the problem was when I thought about running solo ads, because everybody and their mother was talking about it a couple years ago. I didn't know what a reliable and trustworthy way to buy solo ads was. I didn't know where to go. I mean, there's a million places out there to do this, and there's a million people telling you how to do it. But this was my experience with teaching for Mike's group, and from what Mike taught me here. All right, so there's a solo ad testimonial group on Facebook, specifically called Solo Ads Testimonials, and that, in my opinion, has been I've bought from a couple of different sellers on the Solo Ad Testimonial group, and 3 out of the 4 that I bought from, it turned out to be a great experience. And the other one was just not a great experience because my the click-through rate sucked, or not the click-through rate, but the conversion rate on the lead magnet, which may have been my own fault because I was testing different lead magnets. And that's the thing with solos, is that when you're paying, for 100 clicks, you're going to be you're going to get those 100 clicks, and there's no spend $5 and tweak it a little bit to try to get you better conversions. You're going to that 100 clicks is going to come in pretty hot and heavy. So keep that in mind with that, because when it comes to split testing with solos, unless you're doing it have your a rotator going through your tracking software, you're going to have a hard time making adjustments on the fly there, because you don't know exactly when the traffic's coming. It's just going to show up that you got your 120 clicks, because they usually over deliver. So let's take a look at the Solo Ads testimonial groups, or Solo Ad testimonial group. Thing I like about this group is that these are real buyers. All right, there's a list. Every post except for the top one is pinned from the group owner. Are people's testimonials buying from different people. So, some of this could be spoofed. I mean, the cynical me says that, some of them could be spoofed, but there's so freaking many of them, and so many, these buyers are buying from multiple sellers. And, and what they'll do is they'll review several different sellers. So, that tends to lend a lot of credibility to their testimonials here. So how do you go about, if you see a guy that you like here, let's say Eugene, we saw that he ordered, or no, Kaylee ordered 2,000 clicks. We received 2,200 clicks. Right, he got an opt-in rate of 53%. 85% of the traffic was Tier 1 traffic. I don't know what other countries are in Tier 1. I would imagine US, UK, Australia. I don't know. You guys have any input there? Did I leave anybody out? But so it's good traffic, and thing is exactly how this works on their end. I mean, I'm sure that they're sending out a general email blast or something like that, because all that these guys are asking you for is your link. What link are we sending this to? They're not asking you for email copy, not from this group. They're just asking you for a link. So when you find somebody that you like here, let's say that we want to give Eugene Collinger a try. What we do is click on Eugene, and we would connect with him through Facebook Instant Messenger. And this is the message that I'd always send these guys. Hello, Solo Ad seller. I saw your review on Solo Ad testimonials, and I'm interested in an initial purchase of 200 clicks. Keep in mind, everything is negotiable with these guys. So, and a lot of times, if you're a first-time customer, they'll have a first-time customer discount for you. So, that's something to keep in mind. But I've always found that, whoever I put it out there, with this brief introduction, these guys want to make sales. That's the way to do it. Let's see, what else about this? In my experience, it's taken, anywhere from 24 hours to 48 hours to actually receive your clicks. So depending on the seller. But let's take a look at this group while we're still here. It'll take a minute to load this. Hold on a minute. Here we go. See this right? All right, so Manny Hernandez, he's the one that owns the Solo Ads testimonial groups. He's advertising something up here, something that's even better than Solo Ads, but that's not the reason we're here. We're here to look for sellers. So as you start working your way down here, you'll be kind of blown away by the amount of reviews that are on here, and they're constantly being updated. It's pretty awesome. It's a great resource. And you'll start seeing, some of the other names of people that, you're connected with, commenting on some of these people. So, and the opt-in rates have been, really great in my experience, depending on the lead magnet you're using or the offer that you're sending the traffic to. But they all kind of tend to average around 80 to 90% Tier 1. And I tend to look for opt-in rates upwards of 50%. So you can see as you start moving down this list, there's just a ton of different sellers, and selling click packages anywhere from 100, to several thousand. For 100 clicks, the first buy that I did, the first solo ad that I did, I think it was $45. It was an entry level, first time customer discount, and I found the seller on here, and I'll show you guys exactly who that was and what I do to organize my seller list. Okay, so there's another. This is another source of BizOps solo ads, Udemy. Now I have not used them, but several of my business partners have in the past, and highly recommended. Like I said, I don't make my living on BizOps, so I did my case study and moved on. But this was one that was also highly regarded. So let's take some questions. Anybody have any questions yet? If you have a question, you can just type it right in there in the box down there. Take a drink of water. Hey, Jason, I see you there. Right. So these buyers, I've yet to buy from anyone on the Solo Ads testimonial group that's asking for ad copy, which, it's kind of a, they don't want to reveal exactly what their copy is in their emails. They won't show you that, but they will send the traffic, and when the traffic is responding to your ad and you're getting real, people on your list that are, buying what you're selling, you tend to think that, that's a real person on the other end there. Okay, so Kelvin, you give them your tracking link. Okay, you always want to track it, so don't give them a direct link, don't give them your affiliate link, but you want to track it. So send it through your software. I've got two that I'm going to talk about here in a minute, but you'll give them your tracking link so that you can see the clicks on your own. You want to verify that, not just take their word for it. So yeah, that's what you give them. And I think that I'm on some solo ad sellers lists, honestly, by now, because I tend to see some emails that come through that say, the message in the email is, don't miss out, this offer is ending at midnight, click here. And then, the name of a familiar person that, I'm on their email list. So I have a feeling that there's some guys that I subscribe to that are also, doing ad swaps and that kind of thing. So, it's a general, and I think that, now I don't have anything to verify this, but if they can cut it off at, 120 clicks, if you order 100, they've got some sort of routing system where, all the clicks will get dumped into, where they're dividing them, and they'll divvy it up among, their orders. So. Right. Do I make the link pretty? No, because they usually send it also through their own their own tracking link as well, so that they can make reports. So they'll send it through like their Click Tracker. The one guy that I use, he uses Click Tracker, and he'll send me the report straight out of Click Tracker. He'll break it down, tell you how much was tier 1, tier 2, and so on, how many clicks you received, and I can't remember what else, but maybe some other information there. So they send it through their own tracking system and then bounce it through your link. Okay, Kelvin, is there a way to know where or how they collected their email list? That's an interesting question, because I asked them the same exact thing. The guy that I was buying from, his name was Jorge, and he was very, very willing to answer a lot of my questions, but as far as how he collects his list, that's proprietary info. I believe, and I think, based on what one of my other partners is doing, is that he probably buys solo ads and creates his own list, based on other sellers and whatnot. That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm sure volume would work just fine, Chris. All right, so the key to this is, at least, in my 4 ad buys there, was to stay organized. I've got a spreadsheet that is available for download here, and that I'll give you guys the link to it in a minute. I'll stick it in the chat box there. But this is my solo ad stats spreadsheet. Let's open this up and take a look at what this contains. All right, so this is the exact one that you guys will download, and it's got 2 of my sellers in there. First guy, Donald Johnson. Second guy, Jorge Delgado. And there's links, this hyperlinks to their Facebook profiles. So, my Excel doesn't like me to open secure pages. Let's paste that in there. All right, so this is one guy that I did a buy from, and then the dude that I really liked was Jorge. That was nothing but a wonderful experience. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I still get emails from him, so I'm pretty sure he's still selling. But and so this is how I keep track of these guys, and then I'll rank them, 1 to 10 based on my experience with them. All right, so Jorge comes in at 50 cents per click. Oh no, 50. Let's see, 50 cents per click in a package of 100 clicks, and like I said, he has a first-timers discount that was like 45 cents a click. So if you're converting, your offer is converting, or your lead gen is converting at 50%, you can pretty much gauge how much how many opt-ins you're going to get based on your ad spend. I still think $1 per lead, like even if you are converting at 50%, if it's $1 per lead, you would, really want to make sure that your investment is then, paying off for you there. So you definitely want to go with a self-liquidating offer. What I did was, first time I did this, I went and I direct linked to let's see, the name of the offer here was, I think, Get Paid from Facebook. So that was a biz op from Mike. I ordered 100 clicks, received 110, got 10 opt-ins into the autoresponder, in the follow-up sequence, and 7 sales. So it came in at about $30 in commissions for 100 clicks. I lost $15 on this test, but then eventually, those other couple that didn't opt in, they were or that did opt in, got followed up with through the autoresponder series. Plus, Mike cross promotes other stuff and whatnot. So now the thing that when this happened, I was like, oh, okay. So we made some sales, we almost paid for it, but what do I wind up in the end here? I don't have shit. I remember, I bought the clicks, I sent them to Mike's BizOp, and I got $30 for my 45. Now you're not going to stay in business all that long if that's your your model. So I kind of flipped it and sent it to my own squeeze page, and then which converted at 50%. For the opt-in, and then as my thank you page, I just sent them through my affiliate link onto Mike's offer. So when I did that, I was able to, make up for it because I was able to remarket to these people over and over again. Own the list, own the traffic. So that's why I'm so huge on list building. Excuse me. All right, so in this third tab here is solo ad sources. This would be just a list that I compiled over time. Justin Brook, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He did a great blog post about different solo ad sellers in different niches, which I thought was pretty cool. Because up until that point, I was just sending BizOp traffic and pulling it from the solo ads testimonials group. So, you got to look for your other stuff. And I'm by no means an expert, but I did want to share with you this really simple way to, do Facebook solo ad to BizOp, because that was the PLR lead magnet that that you guys had purchased. So as far as tracking software goes, this was probably the most easiest one in the world to set up, and it was very economical too. I think it was I don't know, $30 a month or something like that, $29 a month. But it's called ClickMagick. It's not an affiliate link, and that was one that's you know, there's no, it's a hosted service, so you don't have to worry about, you know, installing anything on your own server. And there's trade-offs there. You don't own your data. ClickMagick owns your data. You know, that data, which I'm not, you could probably export it. They've got some sort of reporting features in there. But that's, you know, it's reliable, and any traffic I sent through that, 100% of it made it through. So that was pretty cool. My other option for tracking is CPD Lab. Now that's one that I prefer. I have that set up on my own server, and that's the one that I've used for a long time. So that's what we use for tracking. You definitely want to track your own traffic though, because you know, until you build a relationship with these guys, you know, be suspicious and you know, check out, you know, what your traffic is doing, how it's converting, and how it's reacting when it comes time to make a purchase. All right, so after we did the direct offer with Mike, I was impressed, you know, for that case study. So I went on and created my own offer. And what I did with this is, it might sound familiar to some of you guys, is I took some PLR that I found, and it's a PLR video that I repackaged and renamed it the A1A Affiliate Marketing System. And this was my my squeeze page that was converting at 50% with Jorge's traffic, which I was pretty stoked about. That was good. Now, some of you may ask why I didn't continue, you know, doing that, and the reason is because the leads were coming in at about $1. If I was, you know, paying 50 cents a click, and every 2 are converting, I was paying $1 per lead. So, you know, if you're having a hard time converting traffic in the States, then, you know, this might be a better option for you. But if you're, you know, if you're able to pull in tier 1 traffic and get them converting on your lead magnet from other sources, you know, below $1 per click or per lead, then you know, you might want to take a look at that. But the good thing about this is that you can do BizOp, you know, to it, so you don't have to worry about Facebook, you know, giving you the kibosh, you know, crushing your ad account. So this was 100% PLR right there. It was about a 60-minute video that I acquired rights to, and I just recovered it. I can't remember exactly what it was called. So here's where you'll find your downloads. And let me grab this link for you and stick it in the chat box down here. All right, so if you click on that, you'll see 2 files here. The first one is the spreadsheet for the solo ad stats. That was this one that I had showed you guys and walked through, and you'll get the exact stuff that's in there, all the links and all that. And then also the A1A Affiliate System lead magnet. All right, so the video's in there, the squeeze page is in there, and you know, a couple other goodies as well. So you guys can mess around with that a little bit. Let's see here. Wow, I made it through without only coughing twice. 3 times. All right, so that is the end of my presentation, guys. Short and sweet. I am open for questions now if you guys want to ask me any questions. Hey, Y, I see you there. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. YK? Am I close? Tell me if there's a silent letter in there. Cool. Why? I guess you came a little bit late. Have you run any solo ad traffic? BizOps? Okay. So I'm not sure at what point you came in, but I will have the recording of this, and you'll be able to check it out. Now, definitely buyer beware. You know, you guys go onto that group, do your homework, start, you know, strike up a conversation with some of these guys. Some of them will be willing to work with you, on price, give you a deal. But the one that I highly recommend is Jorge here. He was he was a good seller, and that was his traffic that that I can definitely vouch for. Let's pull his profile up here. Yeah. So he's the one that I worked at, and let's see what his website is. I think I have it here in the sheet as well. Oh no, that was what's the other dude? Okay, for all you lead magnet fans out there, I've got a new one that I'm working on, and I mailed out about it today. And so you guys probably got the link to the download page for the $1 million earners podcast that I did, and that one's converting really well. I recovered it, I renamed it. Hold on here. I recovered it and renamed it, and it's performing really well with Facebook traffic, which I'm really excited about. But still having a hard time converting on the for the U.S. under $1. Like I'm able to convert it at about $1.25. All right, so this is Jorge's thing here, and he's got lots of testimonials on here from his customers. But yeah, so 100 clicks for $45. There you go. So it's 45 cents per click, 81% T1 traffic. And then as you buy larger and larger packages, you know, the price comes down slightly. Not very, very much, but slightly. So if you're going to order a package of 500 clicks, you get that for, what's that, $4.50? That's 45 cents. It's actually the same thing. So there's really no, I thought that it wasn't that way before. Maybe he changed up his pricing strategy there. The copywriting software. Yeah. So this one's pretty cool. What's the name of that? It's called ScriptEngage. So basically, here's what. Now I haven't run through the entire thing yet. My day got cut kind of short. All right. So what you do, the idea is that you build avatars. And an avatar is basically a customer profile. All right, so here I was creating, I was trying to create an avatar for someone that would be interested in the fitness niche PLR lead magnets. You know, somebody that's promoting fitness in that. And I was going to let the software create a, you know, create the scripts that it can based on the avatars that I built. So I haven't completed building my avatars here yet, and this is an avatar that I'm working on for the breast enhancement niche. Now, I have a lead generation going in the breast enhancement niche, and I don't know how to write email copy for these guys that convert. I have, you know, I'm failing miserably at that, and I'm hoping that ScriptEngage is actually going to help me out with that. Because writing sales copy, I want to admit that, you know, I need help, and this is maybe exactly what I need to do this. So I've created 2 avatars. Now, once you create your avatars, let me show you what's included in there. All right, so the first step is there's 6 tabs here. All right, and you run down the whole list here and just fill it in. So the name of the avatar profile would be like, let's do one for like exercise fitness. We'll say like mid-20s gym rat. You know, someone mid-20s, you know, guy loves to work out. So put, you know, the age, male, education level. Some of these fields, you know, sometimes I'm not sure how they play in yet because I'm still experimenting with this. But as you start working your way down here, you start filling in things like, you know, the epiphany moment. I discovered this sitting at my dining room table after failing for the 4th time. Or, you know, in the breast enhancement niche, now I got to, you know, put my woman hat on, but, you know, I realized this when I was, you know, at the beach and, you know, my bikini top wouldn't, you know, stay on the front of me, something like that. And then what's the number one thing you'll show them how to do, the specific end result they can expect, and you start working your way down here. Now these are pain points and focus, so everybody knows that, you know, solving problems is, you know, make sales online. So yeah, start adding your pain points in here, and then, you know, your offer, how, you know, exactly who it's for, you know, so you work your way all the way down the list. Then your call to action and the wrap up. Now, then you click, once you get that there, you've got all these other options here to generate your scripts, okay? So when you, let's say, I guess internet marketing and funnel scripts, okay, webinar scripts, advertising scripts, joint venture scripts, if you're reaching out for JVs, email scripts, which is what I need help with, story scripts, everything, even webinar script generators. So you can create a webinar, you can create a video sales letter, you know, so and it's the same kind of setup where it gives you tabs here on the left, asks you the questions, and then it'll spit the final product out, you know, on the other end. So that's what I hinted to, and I'm pretty excited about this. This is pretty neat. And it's really something that I think is going to really help me in an area that I am admittedly very weak in, and that's writing email copy. So that's what that is. You want to check this out? Yeah, sure, no problem, Ted. I do have a recording, and I'll send that out to everybody that registered. So grab your downloads out of there. And yeah, shoot me a message. I'd love to hear how this how it works out for you. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.